A man earning $95,000 a year walks into his apartment and feels stress instantly. Not because the apartment is ugly, actually, it looks successful. Huge TV, luxury couch, designer clothes, kitchen gadgets still in boxes, shelves packed with things he forgot he even owned. From the outside, most people would call this making it. But behind that front door, he's drowning. 2 missed paychecks, and the entire lifestyle starts collapsing. Now, across the same city, another person walks into a much smaller apartment. No luxury furniture, no overflowing closets, no rooms packed with unused junk, just space, calm, enough. And somehow, the person making almost half the income sleeps better at night. They have 18 months of expenses saved. They invest every month, and if life goes wrong tomorrow, they survive. That's the part nobody talks about. Because most people think wealth looks like ownership. But real wealth looks like breathing room. And the scary part is, millions of people are destroying their financial future, trying to look rich instead of becoming financially free. This is the hidden psychology of minimalist money. And once you see it, you can never unsee it, because everything you own is quietly charging you rent. That treadmill in the corner, it's not free. That second car, not free. That cheap Amazon purchase, also not free. See, people think the cost of something ends at the checkout screen. It doesn't. That's just where the trap begins. Because every object has a second cost, and this second cost quietly keeps people broke forever. Storage, maintenance, mental energy, insurance, cleaning, repairs, attention, stress, opportunity cost. A $30,000 boat is never just a $30,000 boat. It becomes maintenance, registration, storage fees, fuel, equipment, repairs, trailers, insurance. One purchase multiplies into 10 more, and most people never calculate this. Which is why they wake up one day surrounded by things, but financially trapped. Now here's where this gets dangerous. Your possessions don't just take your money. They take your focus. Researchers found that clutter increases stress hormones inside the brain, meaning your stuff is literally creating mental exhaustion without you even realizing it. That garage full of junk, your brain sees it. Those unopened boxes, your brain sees them too. Every unfinished object silently pulls attention from you. And eventually, people become servants to the lives they built. But minimalists understand something most consumers never learn. Owning less is not deprivation, it's leverage, because every dollar not trapped in objects becomes freedom. And this next rule changes everything. Before minimalists buy anything, they ask one brutal question: how many times will I actually use this? Not emotionally, honestly, because cost means nothing without frequency. A $400 jacket worn 300 times is cheap. A $90 gadget used twice is expensive. That's the illusion modern consumerism runs on. Tiny prices, massive accumulation. People don't go broke buying one huge thing. They go broke buying hundreds of small things that quietly multiply over time. And honestly, Amazon figured this out before most people did. One-click purchasing removed the pain of spending, which is why people now buy things faster than they can even think. But here's where minimalists become dangerous financially. They create friction, 24-hour waiting rules, no saved cards, deleted shopping apps, automatic investing before spending, because they know something most people don't. Willpower is unreliable. Systems are everything. And this next mistake quietly destroys high earners, upgrading out of boredom. This is where people with good incomes secretly stay broke forever. Their phone works, but a new one came out. Their car runs perfectly, but the newer model looks cleaner. Their couch is fine, but suddenly the internet convinced them their house needs a refresh. So the cycle repeats. Upgrade, 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 until the paycheck becomes a prison. And the craziest part? Most people don't even enjoy the upgrades for very long. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. Your brain normalizes improvements extremely fast, meaning the excitement fades, but the payment stays. That's the trap. Temporary dopamine, permanent financial pressure. Minimalists escape this by defining one word most people never define: enough. And this word changes everything. Because if you never define enough, your lifestyle will expand forever. You get a raise, you upgrade the apartment, you make more money, you upgrade the car, you earn even more. Now your vacations become more expensive. The finish line keeps moving, which means no matter how much you make, you still feel behind. There are people earning 6 figures right now who panic when their phone rings. One emergency, and the illusion collapses. Meanwhile, someone earning far less quietly builds freedom in the background. That's why minimalists measure wealth differently, not by accumulation, by optionality. Can you leave a toxic job? Can you survive 6 months without income? Can you move cities if life changes? Can you say no to things that destroy your peace? That's wealth. Not the watch. Not the car. Not the oversized house filled with things nobody uses. Freedom. And freedom comes from margin. The gap between what you earn and what you need. Which is why the minimalist who spends $45,000 while earning $80,000 often becomes wealthier than the person making $200,000 and spending $195,000. One owns stuff. The other owns their future. And honestly, this is where minimalism stops being about money and starts becoming about life itself. Because eventually you realize most purchases were never solving real problems. They were emotional anesthesia, stress, insecurity, comparison, loneliness, status. People buy things hoping to feel more in control. But the irony is, the more they buy, the less control they actually have. More bills, more maintenance, more pressure, more dependence on the next paycheck. Until life feels heavy. Minimalists reverse that cycle. Less stuff, more savings, less fear, less emotional spending. And suddenly, peace starts replacing consumption. That's the real secret. Minimalism is not about empty rooms. It's about removing financial noise from your life. It's about waking up without panic. It's about having choices. It's about buying your freedom back one decision at a time. And maybe the most powerful part of all, nobody can see it. Because real financial security rarely looks impressive from the outside. Sometimes it looks like an older car, a smaller apartment, a simple wardrobe, a quiet life. But beneath that simplicity is something most people never achieve: control. And in a world addicted to endless consumption, control is one of the rarest forms of wealth left. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Evans Invest. Because this channel isn't about looking rich, it's about becoming financially untouchable.